Okay, so it seems like you can't go anywhere these days without hearing about AI.
Right.
But sometimes it feels like it's more hype than anything else.
Yeah.
So today we're going to cut through all that noise and really try to understand one of the biggest things making AI happen,
Okay.
machine learning.
Yeah.
We found this amazing excerpt that explains it in a way that anyone can get. And trust me, when you see the bigger picture, it's really mind-blowing.
I'm excited.
I've got an expert here with me to help us break it all down.
Great.
So let's just jump right in with the most basic question.
Okay.
What exactly is machine learning?
Well, that's a question that deserves a little more than a quick answer.
Sure.
At its heart, it's a totally different way to solve problems than the way we used to program computers.
Okay.
Instead of giving a computer step-by-step instructions, you're basically teaching it to learn from data.
Oh, interesting.
Think about it this way.
Okay.
GPS follows a set of rules that are already programmed to find the shortest route, right? But something like Google search with its billions of web pages,
Oh, yeah.
it needs machine learning to understand what you're really searching for, and it's constantly refining its results based on that.
Wow. It's kind of crazy to think that something as complicated as Google search can learn to understand what we want, even when we don't even know how to explain it ourselves.
It is.
Our excerpt mentions how machine learning has come a long way.
Uh-huh.
What were some of the things it could do early on, and how did we get to the point where we have things like self-driving cars?
So the early days of machine learning were all about things that seem pretty simple now, like being able to recognize handwritten numbers
Okay.
or filtering out spam from our emails.
Right.
But then as the algorithms got more and more complex and computing power just skyrocketed, we saw a huge jump into things like speech recognition, computer vision, and, even self-driving cars.
It's like we went from 0 to 60 in a flash.
It really was.
And the thing is, it wasn't just about getting a little bit better each time. It was a total game changer in terms of what was actually possible.
Yeah.
And speaking of game changers, our source specifically mentions the Google Brain team as one of the big reasons behind this progress.
Oh, yeah. They're amazing.
What made their work so important?
So the Google Brain team, they really pushed the limits of what machine learning could do.
How so?
They came up with some groundbreaking algorithms like the one that powers Google Translate.
Wow.
And you know how that works. It learns to translate languages by analyzing massive amounts of text data.
That's incredible.
And their work on image recognition using this technique called deep learning.
I've heard of that.
It has totally revolutionized how computers see and understand the world around us.
It's clear that machine learning is already a part of so many parts of our lives.
Definitely.
And our source points out that it's being used in all kinds of industries like healthcare, agriculture, even things like e-commerce.
It's everywhere.
What are some specific examples that really show how much of an impact it's having?
Okay, so in healthcare, machine learning is being used to analyze medical images to spot cancers.
Really?
Yeah, and they can do it at earlier stages and with more accuracy than human doctors.
Wow.
In agriculture, it's helping farmers figure out the best ways to irrigate and fertilize their crops.
To make them grow better.
Exactly, and also to be better for the environment.
That's great.
And when it comes to e-commerce,
Online shopping.
yeah, every time you shop online, you're experiencing machine learning.
Oh, really?
From those personalized recommendations you get to things like fraud detection, it's all working behind the scenes to make your experience better.
That makes me think, where else in my daily life am I running into machine learning without even realizing it?
You probably are all the time.
I'm also super curious about this idea of AGI.
Artificial general intelligence.
Yeah, that our source talks about.
Yeah.
Is that really about making machines as smart as humans?
Well, that is the ultimate goal of AGI.
To create machines that are just as intelligent as us?
Yep. Capable of learning and solving problems across all sorts of different areas, just like we can.
It's like something out of a movie.
It really is.
But is it even possible?
It's still a long way off.
Okay.
And there's a lot of debate about whether we'll ever actually get there.
Yeah.
But the progress we're seeing in machine learning, especially in things like deep learning and reinforcement learning, it's definitely bringing us closer to that possibility.
It's exciting and a little scary to think about what that could mean.
I know, right?
Our source also brings up the massive impact AI is having on the economy.
Oh, absolutely.
They predict that it could add $13 trillion to the global economy by 2030.
That's trillion with a T.
How does that even happen?
So that kind of growth is going to come from a few different things.
Okay.
First, we're going to see a boost in productivity in the industries we already have.
Makes sense.
Then there's the creation of entirely new products and services that we haven't even thought of yet.
No.
And get this, even new types of jobs will pop up that we can't even imagine right now.
Wow. So it's not just about robots taking over all the jobs.
Oh, it's not at all.
It's about AI working with humans to do things that were impossible before and creating a whole new level of efficiency and innovation.
Exactly. It's humans and machines working together to create something amazing.
That's a pretty powerful idea.
It is.
As we wrap up, is there one big takeaway you want our listeners to remember about machine learning?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing to remember is that machine learning isn't just some technology.
It's bigger than that.
Way bigger. It's a whole new way of thinking about how to solve problems.
Okay.
It's sparking incredible innovation in every part of our lives.
Sounds like it.
From making healthcare better to tackling things like climate change.
Uh-huh.
Its potential is just massive, but it's up to us to use that power wisely and make sure it benefits everyone.
So that leaves us with a final thought-provoking question for everyone listening.
I like it.
What will your relationship with AI and machine learning be in the years to come?
That's a good one.
Thanks for joining me today.
It was my pleasure.